Hacienda families, it's Miss Ulrich, and I'm here today to read you a story. It's called Acoustic Rooster and His Barnyard Band, and it's written by the talented Kwame Alexander and illustrated by Tim Bowers. We're going to get a chance to meet Acoustic Rooster and his barnyard band today. Acoustic Rooster sat outside strumming his bass guitar. He practiced jazz all summer long so he could be a star. Now, every year about this time, Farmer announced his plan to hold a barnyard talent show and find the farm's best band. Acoustic Rooster asked to join Thelonious Monkey's crew, but Farmer's rules prevented that because they lived at the zoo. Mules Davis led an orchestra that featured 3 cool cats. Ella Finchgerald had a trio, but Rooster couldn't scat. Rooster was feeling kind of blue. Then he heard a baby grand. "I have a great idea," he said. "I'll start my own jazz band." So he went to see his cousin, a pianist of great fame. He found him on the riverbank. Duck Ellington's his name. Duck took him to the Cotton Club to hear Bee Holiday sing. Bee said, "Honey, I'll join your band as long as you can swing." A drummer with a big old smile was itching for a gig. "I've got cowbells and conga drums. I'm a percussion pig." "Mighty fine to meet you," said Pig. "I'm Pancho Ernesto Cruz." Duck told him, "Friend, your name's too long. Pork chop is what we'll use." The talent show began with Mules blowing his bebop horn. Then Ella followed with a song as sweet as candy corn. Acoustic Rooster's band performed a bossa nova tune. The hen from Ipanema made the barnyard chickies swoon. The band's encore came round midnight in grand finale style. Acoustic Rooster's jazzy riff drove the barnyard wild. When at last the votes were tallied, Mules Davis won first prize. Rooster and his band placed second, and tears swam in his eyes. "We really got some buzz," Bee said. Then Mules headed their way. The words he spoke brought lots of smiles. "That rooster sure can play." Acoustic Rooster headed home, his guitar in his hand. He didn't win the talent show, but he had the world's best band. The end. Now, what's great about what Kwame Alexander has done is he actually named some of his characters in Acoustic Rooster after some jazz greats. You might even recognize some of them because we have some posters of them in the music room. But did you know that Thelonious Monkey was named after a real jazz great? Thelonious Monkey in Kwame Alexander's book was named after a man named Thelonious Monk. And he was an American jazz pianist and composer. He was often regarded as a founder of the bebop style of jazz. Ellington was named after Duke Ellington, an American pianist, composer, big band leader, and one of the greatest figures in the history of jazz. What about Mules Davis? Mules Davis was based on a man named Miles Davis III, and he was an American jazz trumpeter, flugelhorn player, band leader, composer, and one of the most influential musicians of the 20th century. You might have recognized that little Finch birdie that we called Ella Finchgerald. Well, she was named after Ella Fitzgerald, who many of you actually remember because of her scat jazz singing. She is an American jazz vocalist, and she's known for her improvisation while she's singing, which is called scat. And she's widely considered one of the greatest jazz singers of all time. Even the character Bee Holiday was named after a real jazz great. And the real person Bee was named after was Billie Holiday. She was an American jazz singer and songwriter. She was admired all over the world for her deeply personal and intimate singing style.
All my life is just despair, but I don't care when it takes minutes hours. The world is bright, all right.
What's great about Acoustic Rooster is not only did Kwame Alexander get very creative with the characters in his book, but in the very back of the book, he's actually has a glossary of jazz terms that you might not know while you're reading the book, and you can look them up and find out what they mean. And he also does a timeline of how jazz came to be. So if you decide to check out Acoustic Rooster and his Barnyard Band from the public library, or maybe you decide that you like it so much you end up buying it, you'll get a chance to know a lot more about jazz music that started right here in the United States. I hope you liked Acoustic Rooster and his Barnyard Band.